Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of I Was There Last Night because I was there last night. See? Got the ticket to prove it. So, last night, August 15, 2016, in Morrison, Colorado, at Red Rocks Amphitheatre, I saw Disturbed and Breaking Benjamin featuring Alter Bridge and Saint Asonia. Let's get right to it. So, the first band that comes out is Saint Asonia. Now, nobody knows who they are, or maybe some people do, but for the most part, the crowd doesn't know who they are. They come out, start rocking, definitely in the style of a band like Breaking Benjamin, so they're right, they fit right into this crowd. About 3 songs in, they start playing a song called Just Like You, and it sounds so familiar to so many of us. And after that song, that's when the lead singer reveals who they actually are. Saint Asonia is made up of members from former bands such as Stained, 3 Days Grace, Finger 11, and Stereo Mud. The lead singer of this band is Adam Gontier of 3 Days Grace. So, the guy who created songs like Just Like You and I Hate Everything About You is the lead singer. And none other than on guitars is Stained guitarist Mike Mushak. And as soon as they revealed this, the crowd definitely got into it. They played about a 7-song set. Most of it was their newer material, their own material, but they did play a couple of covers from 3 Days Grace, including Just Like You and I Hate Everything About You. I have never in my life seen a crowd go from disinterested to into a band that quickly. So Saint Asonia definitely set the tone for the night. They came out rocking, they came out hard. They even had Mark Tremonti of Alter Bridge come out and play a song with them too. So they came out firing, got the crowd fired up. It was pretty awesome. Second band up, Alter Bridge. Alter Bridge didn't have a great start. They had some technical issues, and so there was about a 7-minute delay following the start of their set. They started playing, but there were no vocals, and then suddenly the whole thing went out. They had a little bit of a rough start, but as soon as they got back on, and people could hear the vocals, you could definitely hear the crowd get back into it. Unfortunately, that momentum didn't last. The crowd didn't seem as interested in Alter Bridge, but that's a problem because I thought they played a great set. I don't know much about Alter Bridge, but I do know that their music sounds good, and live they sounded fantastic, especially Mark Tremonti's guitar playing. He's a fantastic guitarist to begin with, so when he comes out and just starts, shredding it, you know you're in for some fun. They played about a 7-song set as well, and by the time they were done, people were definitely ready to start listening to Breaking Benjamin. To give these 2 bands their credit, I would say the 2 guitarists of these bands certainly outshined anybody in the bands that followed, which is saying something. It's not always a good idea to have the opening bands with better guitars, but then again, they're both relatively smaller bands compared to Breaking Benjamin and Disturbed. But I will say both of them played fantastic sets, came out great, and set the pace for the night. So once they were done, we were all ready to hear some Breaking Benjamin. Now it was time for Breaking Benjamin. So I saw Breaking Benjamin last October on Halloween night, and they played a set pretty much for their new album. And I was hoping that this show would be a little bit different, but for the most part, the set list was pretty much identical to what I heard a year ago. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I was just hoping to hear some deeper cuts. Either way, Breaking Benjamin, they came out firing. They came out sounding great. They opened up with So Cold, which was an interesting choice to start with, but certainly one that got the crowd energized. They played songs like Ashes of Eden, they played Breath, they played Diary of Jane, pretty much most of the big cuts. They brought out Adam Gontier of Saint Asonia to sing along with him on I Will Not Bow, which is that, anthem that they dedicate to, men and women of the armed services, of first responders. Breaking Benjamin is one of those bands that certainly comes out. They know how to fire up the crowd, get people going. The crowd absolutely loved it, no matter what. I mean, it was, even if it was the songs that we've heard from these guys before, everybody in the crowd was absolutely, enthused by their set. It was a great set. For the most part, Breaking Benjamin is one of those bands that it's a 5-piece band, and every piece of the band gets their due opportunity to shine. The guitarist, he sings some songs, the bass player sings some songs, so everybody gets an opportunity to come out and play, which is an awesome thing to have from a band. And plus, lead singer, Benjamin, he is always ready to go out into the crowd, give them, some love and due respect. It's one of those things when you hear from a band like that they, are so blessed and happy to be there. It always just makes you feel good as a crowd that you can be there to support them. And they put out some fantastic music. I was there for Breaking Benjamin more than I was for any other band, and I was not disappointed by anything. Their sound was great. Hearing them at Red Rocks is always hearing anybody at Red Rocks is a treat. And so giving them the opportunity to play in a venue like that in front of such a great, huge crowd. It was a sold-out show, and that they absolutely loved the hell out of it. So Breaking Benjamin had a great night. Totally fantastic. It did start to rain a little bit during their set, but you can't blame them for that. That's what you get with outdoor shows. Either way, they came, they rocked, they conquered. Fantastic show from Breaking Benjamin.
Sing that shit.
Last but not least, Disturbed. I have not seen Disturbed live since 2003 when I saw him with Chevelle at the Denver Coliseum. I don't know what to expect. The last couple Disturbed albums I was not too impressed with, so I haven't been as enthused about Disturbed over the years. When they open the show with a song that everybody knows, then you know that you're going to get everybody in the crowd energized. They opened up with 10,000 Fists, and then from right from there, they went into the game off of The Sickness. So they started off playing some of the old hits that people know, that people love. Definitely got the crowd fired up. Disturbed has such a diverse library of music, and it always showcases, their best elements, their guitarist and David Draymond's vocals. Draymond was not as energetic as I've seen in the past, which I'm not going to necessarily discredit the guy, but to be fair, Bruce Dickinson is 59 years old, and he does all sorts of crazy stuff on stage, and Draymond pretty much just walked around singing. But he's got such a powerful voice, I don't blame him for wanting to focus on the vocals more than the theatrics of the show. No matter what, the show was very theatrical. There was a lot of fire, a lot of smoke, plenty of stuff to keep people entertained along with the music, and they did sound great. There were a few times where Draymond kind of dropped his vocals, which is a good sign because it means that they weren't playing off tape, which I always like to see. One of the things I really wanted them to do was play at least 2 songs off of Believe. That's probably my favorite Disturbed album, so for them to play 2 songs off of Believe would make me extremely happy. And they did, in succession, so they knocked out my dream right away, playing Prayer and Liberate. Then they got to the song that I think everybody wanted them to play at least Tonight, which is Sound of Silence off of their new album, Immortalized. This song has been making its rounds on the internet as like this just amazing cover of the Simon and Garfunkel song, and I think a lot of people were just itching for them to play it. So as soon as you saw the piano come out, you knew they were going to play Sounds of Silence. And this, they did not disappoint. This was a beautiful song, haunting. The crowd got into it. They lifted lighters and cell phones and everything. Definitely were into that song. And then they just returned right back with some more heavy song, including Inside the Fire, where they nearly burned down the entire stage. That was part of it, but it looked like they were trying to burn down the stage. Still, a lot of good fun. Disturbed ended the night playing Down with the Sickness, which you'd pretty much expect because that's the song that everybody knows, everybody loves the most. So when they ended that, Down with the Sickness, you knew that, it was going to be the end of the night. It was a relatively short set compared to Breaking Benjamin, I think, was either comparable or slightly longer set than they played, which is fine. Disturbed definitely did what they came to do, which was energize the crowd. They did. The crowd absolutely loved it. Everybody was singing along. You always enjoy that when you have, Red Rocks sold out and everybody just into the music. That's always a great sign, and Disturbed absolutely brought it. Overall impression of the night, this was an awesome show. This is a fantastic show because it showcased both bands that I don't know very well, as well as bands that I do know fairly well. And that's always good to, learn new music that I haven't exactly been exposed to, as well as get the hits of stuff that I was there to see. So definitely money well spent. Absolutely great show, and it was fantastic that Disturbed was finally able to play Red Rocks, which is something I think they've been trying to do for quite a long time. So great opportunity for all the bands, great night, great show, perfect in every way, except for Alter Bridge's unfortunate sound issues. But they came back firing, and they didn't miss a beat after that. So awesome night overall, definitely happy I went, and I was there last night at Red Rocks seeing Disturbed and Breaking Benjamin featuring Alter Bridge and Saint Asonia. See you guys next time.
Darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seed while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. Whisper streets I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. I turned my collar to cold and down, when my eyes were stared by the flash of a neon light. It split the night and touched the sound of silence.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to keep up on all of my YouTube videos by clicking subscribe, and if you're already a subscriber, thank you, and you rock. Also visit my homepage at dekessner.com, where you can find out about all my various other projects, including my written works. How about that? You can also find me at my social media handles, so drop in and say hi. And again, thank you so much for all your support. Love you.